very nice to meet you.
Well, it's nice to meet the both of you, and congratulations on the series, Three Little Birds on
Thank you.
BritBox.
Thank you.
How did this series came about for you?
The series came about because it's got a long history, actually. I used to be a stand-up for 35 years, and I always included stories about my mum and my dad and my family. But comedians lie, so I wasn't really required, I wasn't really required to be particularly truthful about the jokes that I was telling. But when it came to creating a drama and working with Russell T Davies, asking me, what is it you want to talk about in this drama? I realized that my heart kind of exploded when I talked about my family and the effort it took to leave one country and escape from poverty and hardship and to arrive at another country where the idea was my life is going to be different now. There's going to be infrastructure, more money, work. I can give my kids the education that I never had. And we both thought this is a story that has legs, and this is a story that will resonate with everybody, particularly in America. You know, we love Fresh Off the Boat and This Is Us and Godfather 2 and Moscow on the Hudson, stories where immigrants arrive and they have to overcome many obstacles to fit into the new country. And so we started from there. And my mom's stories played a big role in this. I talked to my mom, my sisters, my brothers. You know, and they said things like there was racism. My brothers were attacked on their way to and from school and work every other day. They had to learn how to defend themselves. I grew up being racially abused at school every day and had to find ways to deal with that. Ended up being jokes. But when I was writing this, I was really drawn to the women. And as Rochelle has said already today, it's not just a story about perfect Black women doing perfect Black female things. I wanted to show people, warts and all, you know, it's one thing to be, yeah, I'm making this decision because my kids, but there's also this idea of, but you can make mistakes even when you're trying to do something good. You found that, didn't you, Rochelle?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that was one of the things that really drew me to the project, was that it was very authentic and it was based in truth. So I saw myself, I saw my family, I saw these three women and a few guys fighting for their humanity, because it's a very human story. And I think people often forget that with immigration. So yeah, that was a big draw for me with Leah, with the show as a whole.
And if you're asking why now, immigration is apart from the woods catching fire for no reason, immigration is the big story that's, you know, and also people who have become naturalized, people who've come to a country and assimilated and raised their family, suddenly being told that they've got to go back to a country they haven't been in for 50 years. This is a very present story in Britain. People are being sent to Rwanda. People are being sent back to Jamaica where they haven't been for 50 years. They're being told that they're not British. And they came over on their parents' passport. Well, this is a story that needs to be told. People need to understand why people came to this country on a British passport to help out the British to recover from the war. You know, people came here and worked very, very hard to help rebuild the infrastructure of a country. And it's time to celebrate that, I think.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And Rochelle, tell us about the approach of playing a character that's based on a real person, and was the accent difficult?
Yeah, tell them that.
Oh, well, so I got really lucky working with Sir Lenny Henry, because he was very, very generous and very kind and encouraging. He the first time I met him, obviously I'd been auditioning, but I live in Stockholm, so I was working remotely, and I met him over Zoom, and he was just very much like, go for it. This is your show. Take it by the balls. Bring your full self to this role. So I had a lot of space to run with Leah.
There's no point in doing it if you're not gonna put your whole thing into your whole self. That's what I was saying, I think.
And it's also, you can't play someone else's idea. Like, I can't sell it if I don't believe it, I can't sell it. So I really had to root her within me and within my own family history and my own self. And I saw a woman just trying her hardest to survive, and I find that really relatable. Like, I was like, I get it, babe. I get it. This is hard. I'm a mother myself. This is hard. What would I do for my kids? Would I leave them? Would I, like, all these questions? So I had a lot of thoughts and feelings and respect for this role going in.
And often it's the questions that are more appealing. It's the questions that drive you when you're trying to create a narrative. It's not coming up with pat answers to the questions about immigration and patriarchy and sexism and everything. That's all interesting. But actually, in the playing, in the writing of it, it's what questions do these stories, how do we learn to live together? How do we do fulfilling work? How do we handle ourselves in love situations? You know, all of these things are important stories. And it was, for me, it was important not to try and solve anything. It was to try and tell a story where it was messy. You know, immigration is messy.
Yeah.
You think you're going to arrive and meet one thing, you arrive and people don't know, they don't know who you are, why you look the way you do, and why you eat the food you do. They don't know who you are. So you've got to teach them. So the whole experience of immigration is, you don't know who we are. Okay, look, we eat this thing called Saturday soup. We eat it on a Saturday. We make it like this. And they go, oh, this is nice. So that's one thing. Good. Okay. It's everything is a massive charm offensive when you're an immigrant. How do you fit in? What do you have to do? How do you get around these people? How do you make friends? So all of these things are to come, I think. And I'm looking forward to it. The challenge is good.
Well said, well said. As an immigrant myself here in the United States, I really appreciate these type of stories, and I'm looking forward to hopefully another season of.
We really appreciate you saying that. It means a lot, and it's.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Please tell BritBox and ITV. We love this show.
Most excellent. Next time when I come on, I will sing, Singing in the Rain for you.